Hi everyone. In this video we're going to discuss about Clonezilla. Clonezilla is open source drive imaging software that you can use to backup and restore data on your computer. It can be used to backup a single or multiple drives, for example a C drive or C, D, E, etc. I use this both personally and also have used this at work. We'll go over the process on this Windows 10 machine here, so let's start. Okay, open up your browser. I'm using Microsoft Edge here. Okay, and we're going to look for Clonezilla live download. Clonezilla downloads, we'll go here. We're going to download the stable version, AMD64. We're going to pick ISO repository. We're going to pick SourceForge and hit download. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and it looks like that's downloading. And while that is downloading, I'm going to open up a new tab. And we are going to download Rufus. So Rufus allows us to create a bootable USB drive, and we're going to put Clonezilla on it. So let's go here, and then we're going to go and download it. So Rufus-4.1 executable. Okay, that has downloaded. Just wait for Clonezilla. Okay, and it has finished downloading, so both files, Rufus and Clonezilla. Just open up the downloads folder. So we got Clonezilla and Rufus here. Next, we're going to put in a USB drive. So I've just put in my USB drive, and we're going to start up Rufus. Yes. And so USB drive is E. So we're going to put Clonezilla on it, and boot selection, disk or ISO image, and we're going to select it. So we're going to select Clonezilla. We just downloaded, and we can keep everything else. MBR for the partition scheme, and we target system BIOS or UEFI, and the volume label, keep it as default. Large FAT32, keep that as the default. 32 kilobytes cluster size, and then we're going to hit start. Right in ISO image mode recommended. Hit OK. Warning: all data on device USB drive will be destroyed. To continue with this operation, click OK. Yep. It's formatting, and it's going to be copying over the ISO files. I'm just going to pause it here and wait for it to complete. Okay, it has completed. It's copied over onto the USB drive. So if I go into the USB drive, E drive here, and then we see all the files are on here. So the next step is to restart your machine and have it boot from the USB drive. Could be using function key F12 or function key F7, and then pick a different boot device, and you'll select your USB drive, and then it would boot up Clonezilla. So I'm going to do that. So this is what it should look like when it has booted into Clonezilla. You'll get this screen here. And for me, I'm using VMware Workstation. And so I'm just booting it from the ISO. And so when you're here, just go to Clonezilla Live, VGA 800 by 600 is fine. Hit enter. And it'll start loading up, and it'll choose your language, English. Change keyboard layout, and we'll keep it the same. So we're going to start Clonezilla, and we're going to pick device-image. So work with disks or partitions using images. So this is what we're going to do. And before cloning, you have to assign where the Clonezilla image will be saved to or read from. We will mount that device or remote resources as /home/part image. the Clonezilla image will be saved to or read from /home/part image. So in this case, we're going to pick local dev, use the local device. So for example, you can attach a USB drive and then it would store the image on there. So I'm going to pick local dev. Now you can attach your external USB drive to your computer. So for example, if you have a computer and you're using 300 gigabytes on it and you want to have backed up, then you can just put in a 1 terabyte external drive attached to it and then to have it back up to that drive. Going to hit enter. Okay, and so there's the drive that I put in. It's /dev/SDA VMware Virtual S No Disk Serial 16.1 gigabytes. And after you attach the drive, just hit Control C to exit this window. So I'm going to hit Control C. Okay, and now we need to mount a devices /home/part image Clonezilla images repository. So this is where it's going to read or save the images in. And so we're going to pick SDA1. So this is the drive that we added in. So this is where it's going to save the data to. Okay, and choose if you want to check and repair the file system before mounting the image repository. So this is a brand new drive here that was added in, so I'm not going to do a file system check. So no to that. And then so it's asking which directory is for the Clonezilla image repository. So again, this is just an empty drive here. So then there's no directory structure. So I'm just going to keep it in the root. So I'm just going to go to done. And it's going to mount it now. And it's going to be mounted under /home/parts image. And I'm going to hit enter now. Now it's going to ask to select a mode to run, and so we're going to pick beginner mode, accept the default options. We're going to click OK. And so what it's asking now here is, do you want to pick save disk, so save local disk as an image, or save parts, save local partitions. So I want to save the entire disk, so I'm going to pick save disk. Okay, it's asking for a file name to put in. I'm just going to leave the default 2023-07-13-18-img. Okay, and it's asking to the local disk as the source. So this is essentially the C drive on the Windows 10 machine here that I am using as the source. So I'm going to select that and I'm going to hit OK. And it's asking for to choose the compression option. If you have no idea, keep the default value and do not change. And so I'm just going to pick the first option. Choose if you want to check and repair the file system before saving it. This option is only for certain file systems which are well supported by fscheck on GNU/Linux. And so I'm just going to skip it. I know there's no file system issues for the Windows 10 machine, and so I'm just going to skip it. And after the image is saved, do you want to check if the image is restorable? I always check it. I always make sure that I'm able to restore it afterwards. So I pick yes for this one. And do you want to encrypt the image? If yes, encryptfs program will be used to encrypt the image. Yes, I recommend that you encrypt it. So select -enc encrypt the image. And then afterwards, it's like what you like to do after everything is done. And so you can, for example, you can reboot it, or you can shut down. And so I am just going to pick the first option, -p choose. So choose reboot, shutdown, etc. when everything is finished. The reason why is because I like to see how the progress was and how everything is beforehand. So I'm just going to pick this. Here it shows the next time you can run this command directly, and it's saved under the /temp folder. You can just ignore this. You have to remember the passphrase, otherwise the image will not be usable in the future. So I'm going to put in a passphrase. Okay, and the following step is to save the hard disk partitions on this machine as an image. So just review over it, review what is going to be saved and where it's going to be saving it to, just to make sure that you don't overwrite anything. And so once you're good with it, you hit Y, and it's going to start the imaging process. So I'm going to speed up the video here. Okay, it's almost done. Okay, 100%. Okay, and now it's doing this partition here. Okay, now it's going to be checking the image, and so I'm just going to fast forward through this. Okay, and it's successfully checked this image. So now it's going to do this partition here, and this has completed. And so now it has completed everything, and it's asked, when everything is done, remember to use power off reboot or follow the menu to do a normal power off reboot procedure. Otherwise, if the boot media you're using is a writable device, such as USB, flash drive, and it's mounted, power off reboot in abnormal procedure might make it fail to boot next time. So everything is done here. So I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to select power off, and then I'm going to power off the machine. So I'm going to boot back into Windows, and I'm going to show you where it has saved the image files. Okay, I'll go into Explorer, and it's on the E drive. And so here is our folder that we created earlier. Go into the folder, and these are all the files for the image on my Windows 10 machine. So that's how you use Clonezilla to make an image of your computer. In the next video, I'll show how to do a restore to your computer. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Bye now.